Mastering intellectual property rights. Your IP strategy is only as strong as your business goals. When establishing a robust intellectual property rights operational excellence framework, what is the organization's overall intellectual property strategy, and how does it align with its business objectives to ensure seamless integration and optimal utilization of its intellectual assets? The organization's overall intellectual property strategy is a crucial aspect of its intellectual property rights operational excellence framework, as it outlines the company's approach to creating, managing, and leveraging its intellectual assets to achieve its business objectives. A well-defined IP strategy ensures that the organization's intellectual property portfolio is aligned with its business goals, enabling seamless integration and optimal utilization of its intellectual assets. Firstly, the organization's intellectual property strategy should be informed by its business objectives. This means that the IP strategy should be designed to support the company's overall mission, vision, and goals. For instance, if the organization's business objective is to become a leader in innovation, its IP strategy should focus on creating and protecting new and cutting-edge technologies. On the other hand, if the organization's business objective is to expand into new markets, its IP strategy should focus on acquiring and leveraging IP rights that will facilitate entry into those markets. The organization's intellectual property strategy should also take into account its internal capabilities and resources. This includes evaluating the organization's research and development capabilities, its capacity to innovate, and its ability to protect and enforce its IP rights. For example, if the organization has limited resources, its IP strategy may focus on acquiring IP rights through partnerships or collaborations, rather than relying solely on internal innovation. The organization's intellectual property strategy should also be informed by external factors, such as the competitive landscape, market trends, and regulatory requirements. This involves conducting competitor analysis to identify gaps and opportunities in the market, monitoring changes in regulatory requirements and industry standards, and staying abreast of emerging trends and technologies. A key aspect of the organization's intellectual property strategy is its approach to IP protection. This involves deciding on the type of IP protection to seek, such as patents, trademarks, copyrights, or trade secrets, and determining the jurisdictions in which to seek protection. The organization should also develop a strategy for managing its IP portfolio, including evaluating the strength of its IP rights, identifying opportunities for licensing or collaboration, and developing a plan for enforcing its IP rights against infringers. In addition, the organization's intellectual property strategy should include a plan for leveraging its IP assets to achieve its business objectives. This may involve developing a strategy for monetizing its IP rights, such as through licensing or sale, or using its IP rights to create new revenue streams. The organization should also develop a plan for utilizing its IP rights to build partnerships and collaborations, to access new markets, or to drive innovation. To ensure seamless integration and optimal utilization of its intellectual assets, the organization should also establish clear roles and responsibilities for IP management, including designating an IP owner or manager and establishing a cross-functional IP team. The organization should also establish IP management processes and procedures, including IP awareness and training programs, IP portfolio management systems, and IP budgeting and forecasting processes. Furthermore, the organization should establish a culture of innovation and IP awareness, where employees are encouraged to generate new ideas and to develop innovative solutions. This involves providing resources and incentives for employees to innovate, and recognizing and rewarding employees who make significant contributions to the organization's IP portfolio. Finally, the organization should continuously monitor and evaluate its intellectual property strategy to ensure that it remains aligned with its business objectives. This involves conducting regular IP audits and portfolio reviews, monitoring IP performance metrics, and adjusting the IP strategy as needed to respond to changes in the market, technologies, or business objectives. In conclusion, the organization's overall intellectual property strategy is a critical component of its intellectual property rights operational excellence framework. A well-defined IP strategy ensures that the organization's intellectual property portfolio is aligned with its business goals, enabling seamless integration and optimal utilization of its intellectual assets. By taking into account its business objectives, internal capabilities, external factors, IP protection, IP leveraging, roles and responsibilities, IP management processes, culture of innovation, and continuous monitoring and evaluation, the organization can develop an IP strategy that drives innovation, revenue growth, and competitiveness. The art of harmony, aligning intellectual property strategy with business objectives. As I delved into the world of intellectual property rights operational excellence, I was struck by the contrasting rhythms of innovation and protection. On one hand, entrepreneurs and inventors passionately create, building upon each other's ideas to push the boundaries of human progress. On the other hand, legal teams and lawyers work tirelessly to safeguard these very same innovations, often at odds with the pace and spirit of innovation. My quest was to find a harmony between these two forces, to create a symphony that would resonate with entrepreneurs, innovators, and lawyers alike. At the heart of this harmony lies a robust intellectual property strategy, one that not only aligns with, but also amplifies an organization's business objectives. I recall a conversation with a visionary CEO who confided in me about the struggles of protecting his company's intellectual property while staying true to its mission of open innovation. His concerns echoed those of many entrepreneurs. How do we balance the need to share our ideas with the need to safeguard them? My instinctive response was to explore the concept of IP symphony. I envisioned an ecosystem where intellectual property strategy and business objectives harmonized, much like the intricate balance between melody and rhythm in music. To create this symphony, I identified three essential components: clarity, alignment, and integration. Clarity, defining the intellectual property strategy. The first note in our IP symphony is clarity. An organization's intellectual property strategy must be crystal clear, concise, and communicated across the entire organization. A well-defined strategy serves as a North Star, guiding decision-making and resource allocation. During my research, I encountered a pioneering software company that had patented an innovative algorithm. While their patent application was thorough, it lacked a clear strategy for its utilization. I witnessed firsthand how this ambiguity hindered their ability to effectively license, collaborate, and even defend their intellectual property. To achieve clarity, I recommend conducting a comprehensive intellectual property audit, which involves mapping the organization's intellectual assets, including patents, trademarks, copyrights, and trade secrets, identifying key stakeholders, their roles, and responsibilities, defining the organization's unique value proposition and competitive landscape, alignment, harmonizing intellectual property strategy with business objectives. The second note in our IP symphony is alignment. An organization's intellectual property strategy must directly support and amplify its business objectives. During my conversations with innovators and entrepreneurs, I discovered that many struggled to connect their intellectual property strategy to their business goals. A leading biotech firm, for instance, had filed numerous patents, but their strategy was disconnected from their product development roadmap. To achieve alignment, I suggest conducting regular strategy sessions involving key stakeholders from various departments, developing clear, measurable key performance indicators, KPIs, for intellectual property strategy, establishing a clear decision-making framework for intellectual property, related investments and resource allocation, integration, seamless utilization of intellectual assets. The final note in our IP symphony is integration. An organization's intellectual property strategy must be seamlessly integrated into its operational fabric, ensuring optimal utilization of its intellectual assets. I observed a well-known consumer goods company struggling to integrate its intellectual property strategy with its product development process. This disconnect led to missed opportunities, inefficiencies, and even intellectual property disputes. To achieve integration, I recommend establishing a cross-functional intellectual property task force comprising representatives from various departments, implementing a centralized intellectual property management system, facilitating collaboration and knowledge sharing, developing training programs, ensuring that all employees understand the importance and applications of intellectual property. Throughout this journey, I realized that creating an IP symphony requires empathy, resilience, and self-awareness. Empathy to understand the diverse perspectives of innovators, entrepreneurs, and lawyers, resilience to navigate the complexities and challenges of intellectual property strategy, and self-awareness to recognize one's own biases and limitations. As I concluded my exploration, I was left with a profound sense of hope. By embracing the principles of clarity, alignment, and integration, organizations can create a harmonious balance between innovation and protection, ensuring that their intellectual property strategy resonates in perfect harmony with their business objectives.